Hi, I'm Bobby Pawar, former advertising guy or whatever. No, that's shit. But also, I'm living proof that, not all accidents are bad, because I got into advertising completely by accident. Do shit that makes you happy. The good ones try to adapt, the great ones try to be ahead of the curve. An idea can turn into dust or magic depending on the talent that rubs against it. Because most people suck at most things. Most accountants suck, most content creators suck, most copywriters suck, most directors suck, most clients suck. On the other side of stupid is genius. A lot of times people are idiots. It's like, damn.
As long as you don't say that about us.
No, I'm blunt. Do shit that makes you happy.
Take each day. Sorry. Take what's wrong with that?
Yeah, we're creative and talkative. There's no stopping this. There's no topping this. Time to explain what's in our veins, what's in our minds. Take a peek into these lives. Yeah, we're creative and talkative. There's no stopping this. There's no topping this. Time to explain what's in our veins, what's in our minds. Take a peek into these lives.
I want to know, what is the first thing you did? The day you didn't have to go to work, when you woke up in the morning, what is the first thing you did? Or did you not want to get up?
No, the first thing I did is get up and look at my calendar, because I've been used to doing that for so long, and I realized that it was empty. I laughed like a maniac for like 5 minutes because it's like I'm free. Advertising is like an oppressive white guy, but I felt like a slave that's run out of the plantation. I'm free, right? And that kind of shit.
30 years.
Yeah.
So does it feel like, oh my God, 30 years, or do you feel like it's gone by in a flash?
Oh, it was like a speed run, man. You know, it's like an F1 lap. When something like that happens and you're the driver, it's like you don't realize the passage of time because you're so busy concentrating on everything.
Correct.
And the one thing I can tell you, it's true, time does fly when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, so there's another funny story about how when you got into advertising.
I had no idea what I was going to do, right? My
Okay.
dad was in the, I thought maybe I should do that because I was like, paisa, it's like, then he said, I want to be a copywriter. I said, no. What is this copywriter business? They write ads and all that. I said, what ads? I say, oh, somebody writes them and all that. I said, no, hoarding pe hota hai na. On a hoarding, what you see, the words are written by the copywriter. And now I've seen these guys, and that time those hoardings were not vinyl printed. These guys up there painting those hoardings. So I thought, yeah, you have to go up there and write the words. I mean, it's like, yeah, either too high or too stupid. I mean, jury's out on that. I said, dude, I can't go up there and write those words because I have vertigo. I think, I think Mark laughed, probably has never laughed harder. So when he stopped laughing, he said, no, you sit in the office, this is air conditioned and all that. I love the air conditioned part because I've never been in an air conditioned room before. I said, that's awesome. I want to do this.
You've seen everything from the analog time to the digital time, you know. So if there were one or two things you think which are still relevant today, because most things technology has changed, what would those be?
See, I think, too many of these pundits out there, right? They are in a sense, the prophets of tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're so eager to say, man, everything's changed and all that. Right? This is a brand new world. No, dude, this brand new world is built on the great old world, right? So some of the things that change, the technology changes, right?
Right.
How the media or whatever ways in which you approach people changes, right? It changed from print, and then television happened, and radio happened, and outdoor happened, and the outdoor became all of this, right? But damn, man, the whole thing is that principles remain principles,
Correct.
right? Man, because those are the things, because eventually what you're trying to do is, connect, not just communicate. If you're just trying to communicate, you're a freaking idiot, and I have no business talking to you. I don't want to even talk to people like that, right?
Correct.
You're trying to have a rapport, a dialogue, a conversation, and a relationship with somebody, right? So when you try to connect with these people, there are certain principles that relationships are built upon, right? If I don't offer you value, a reward, every interaction with me is not rewarding to you, then why would you invest any of your time and attention with me, right? Not to mention your money. See, if you're not interesting as a person, nobody will be interested in you. That's a fact, right? So follow the principles and adapt to what's happening, right? A lot of times try to preempt that. See, the good ones try to adapt, the great ones try to be ahead of the curve, right? And those are the people who will make the most mistakes, but these are also the people that don't bruise easily, right? They don't look at failure as failure, right? There's no such thing as failure.
Leadership skills have also changed over the years, right? Do you think that the same way in which leaders operated, they do it that even now, or do you think there's a change in the way creative leadership happens now?
Oh, so when I started, right, I had amazing leaders, right? Amazing leaders, and I'll tell you one thing: pretty much all of them were autocratic, right? Their way, but they're also great teachers. And when they said, "Don't do this because of this," right? So, but the line was drawn. Great organizations are led by a strong sense of mission, a strong vision of what the role they want to play in this world.
Correct.
And somebody who drives that relentlessly.
In today's day and age also, what is happening is, and this I hear from a lot of friends and all, that everyone wants to be creative. Now clients want to be creative, brands want to be creative within, and they all have their social media agencies who want to be creative. Advertising agency has to be creative. So do you think that puts a lot of pressure on the creatives in the agency?
Anybody can be creative, right? You can be creative in some way, shape, or form. But that's just because you're an account manager in the studio, it doesn't mean you can't.
Of course.
How good of a creative you can be, now that's a whole different question, right? Like they said, anybody can play tennis. Can you play in the Wimbledon? Now that's a whole different question.
Correct.
Right? So that's the way to look at it. Because now people say, oh, creativity is all about ideas. No, you idiot. A lot of people can have an idea. Bill Bernbach said it a long time back. An idea can turn into dust or magic depending on the talent that rubs against it.
AI, okay, so there's this huge discussion on AI. What I want to know is, it's going to affect every business. So, but somewhere I think the creative industry seems to be behaving as if we are the only ones who are going to take the load and carry the load of, AI. What is it going to do to us?
So that is inevitable.
Yeah.
Right? Now the thing is, okay, what AI can do is like do perfectly good stuff based on what has happened.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's all based on what's in this thing. What does it learn from? What it doesn't have is a human soul.
Correct.
Right? The other thing what it doesn't have is the ability to form random connections.
Take each day as if it's your first, is something that you say.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's just, and that's the excitement of like discovering being brand new, right? That passion that you have right at the beginning, right? You have to attack everything like that, right?
I
mean,
think
that-
it also keeps your ego in check, na?
Oh, absolutely. What it does is lets you sort of put aside your yesterdays, right? And no matter how great they might have been, but they were yesterday,
Yeah.
right? And you ain't done shit today.
Become comfortable with being uncomfortable.
The whole challenge, right, of being a creative person is not just how deep you are, but how wide you are, right? All of us will find that we are great at something,
Correct.
right? And we will just hone in on that. It keeps you reinventing yourself. Creative people die before they die, right? And
Yeah.
that's when they stagnate, right? You die as a creative. You may not die as a person, but that's when you start to die. And you don't realize it.
I've heard you say that it's as important to be stupid as important it is to be wise.
Wisdom is overrated. I'm all for stupid, right? Like some of the funny shit in this thing is stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest ideas in the world, and not just in advertising, sounded stupid when they were first told, because nobody could imagine that. Like,
Correct.
are you stupid?
Yeah.
On the other side of stupid is genius,
Correct.
right? And it's and people who this the other side of the coin. Yeah, people who are like persistent enough to drill through that coin to find the other side.
Yeah.
They are the ones who make it. A creative cannot live in the court of public opinion. I don't care. It's just what it is. People may love some of the things that they do. They might hate some of it. That's just the odds.
So that brings me to the next point, that the new creative kids on the block.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone wants to be perfect.
If you can't take criticism, find something else to do. Honestly, right? Because even if you can't take, let's say you don't get criticism from your bosses and all that. Guess what? You're going to get criticism from the people who consume your end product. Seek out criticism, not just like refusing it. Seek it out. Right? I'll tell you one thing. Right? I used to do like portfolio nights for the one club, the guys who do the one show. What happens there is like the kids who passed out of like ad schools, like Miami Ad School or Creative Circus and all of that. They come with their portfolios looking for possibly a job, right? Or at least an internship. So a lot of these people, man, be sure you love it, right? What do you do? Because this is a business that eats its young. That's no two ways about it. But we quickly learn that, you know what? Hunger trumps talent every single time. Right? Every single time. This 30 years feels like 30 minutes, right? It's just been an incredible thing. And it's been filled with heartbreak and incredible joys. I was a kid with zero ambition. I didn't want to do it. I mean, probably the only ambition I had was to be a burden on society. Literally, that's the. I'm not even kidding. If you told me, it's like, man, I'd be win writer of the year when I was just 5 years in the business, right? And go up. And against like stalwarts like Freddie Birdie and Alok Nanda and all that, who'd been winning for years before that. I said, get out of here, man. These guys are freaking legends, and who the hell am I, right? Or that I'd worked with, Tony Scott, Ridley Scott's brother, the guy who did Top Gun and all those things. Or work with Steve Hayden.
You worked with him?
Yeah. Steve Hayden and Rick Boyko, the guys who did the Apple 1984 commercial, work closely with them, right? The work that I did would run on the Super Bowl, would be in the Museum of Modern Art, be nominated for an Emmy and all of that, right? I said, no chance. This business can give you a lot, but it also asks a lot out of you. But the journey is well worth it, man. Even if you have to do it barefoot, and your feet are bleeding, but your heart is singing, and that's what it's all about.
Let us tell you what we wanna say. Not about just getting paid or achieving fame. It's about the everyday blood, sweat and tears, dreams and fears. Everything you gotta hear. Listen, from the first steps to the